Hello guys and welcome. This is I Play 4K, aka I Play AK, www.iplay4k.com on YouTube. And in this video guys, today I'm going to show you Counter-Strike GO running on crazy whopping 16K resolution guys. This is going to be the first 16K resolution gameplay of Counter-Strike GO on YouTube, uploaded to the YouTube. And keep in mind that I was the first YouTuber that uploaded ever first 16K resolution gameplay to YouTube back in May 2016 while I was running my 4 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture video cards and SLI. And this is going to be the first Counter-Strike GO 16K resolution gameplay, guys, that's going to be uploaded to YouTube in 2019, in April 2019. And as again, it's going to be by I Play 4K, aka I Play AK, aka you can call me now I Play 16K, because technically I am the first dude, the first YouTuber that uploaded the 16K resolution as again gameplay of Half-Life 2 or any gameplay in the April of 2016. Just go ahead and Google it, or on the YouTube, on the search engine of YouTube, just go ahead and type Half-Life 2 16K resolution. You will see that I uploaded my videos before the Linus did, 6 months before the Linus did, recorded, and even because he pretty much did the copycat on me. And you know, this video is not about the copycats guys, what copycats putting their bunch of their information at the top left or top right, and they're just putting those informations, bunch of nonsense and videos. This video will be about the experience tips and pretty much pretty valuable video for you if you're looking to get yourself 2 RTX 2080 Ti or 2 Titan RTX Turing GPU architecture, or 2 Titans XPs or 4 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture, because during this video I'm going to mention a lot of valuable information throughout my experience. Not experience as a copycat, but experience as the gamer without the marketing BS, the way it is. So we're going to guys start with the 8K resolution native, because today I'm running it on the 8K native TV. I'm going to show you 16 divided by 9 8K resolution, which is 7680 by 4320. Then I'm going to show you 8192 by 4320, which is not 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio 8K resolution, but it's still 8K resolution for some of the 8K resolution TVs that's going to be for sale out there in 2020, 2019 already for sale. We're going to run guys everything possible settings at maximum visuals. Okay, let me real quick go ahead and show it to you. Here we go. Multi-core rendering will be enabled in this test, because in the middle of 2018 Valve finally developed a source engine when they utilizing the multi-core to the extreme level, like no other games can do it. And I will explain to you why in a second. You will see it as well at the left top. Anti-aliasing will be disabled, AF will be 16 times guys. Let's go ahead and get going. I'm also going to show you a beautiful demo which is publicly available for us, which is the grand final from the Cyber tournament, match 103 of the teams, which is very famous teams, SK Gaming versus Team Liquid. Okay, let's go ahead and play it. It's going to be on the train map. Let me real quick disable the here we go, the information. So we're going to see the clear stats that updated half seconds of our system stats in real time at the left top. Let me real quick guys go ahead and explain to you about it. So today I'm running Core i9 9900K, okay, overclock at whopping 5.2 gigahertz or 5200 megahertz, as well as I'm running 2 RTX 2080 Ti. It's going to be EVGA RTX 2080 Ti XC Ultra dual fan design video cards. They're running on air, unmodified, so there is no hardware modifications done to them. I overclock only my VRAM on those video cards, so in MSI Afterburner throughout the software I increase my VRAM frequencies plus 600 megahertz, but just because it's GDR6, its external frequency will be 1200 megahertz. So I increase my VRAM by 1200 megahertz additionally, or 1.2 gigahertz. So GDR6, guys, memory is running 14,000 megahertz by default, and or 14 gigahertz, and I increase it to 15.2 gigahertz or 15,200 megahertz. So let me real quick and explain it to you guys. At the left top, I'm running Topher. It's self-explanatory. It's not like one of those copycats. They're running a bunch of numbers. After a couple of years, they even cannot explain to you what those numbers means. At iPlay 4K, the stats at the left top completely make full sense. It's a Topher. T stands for the temperature on the CPU, temperature on the GPU. F stands for the frequency, U stands for the utilization, because after 2, T comes U, Topher. T-U-F-F-R. So U stands for the utilization. Utilization for CPU, which is 95% right now. It comes in a percentage. 1% means that we minimum utilizing our CPU, and 99 and 100% means that we maximum utilizing our CPU. So at 100% we are going to bottleneck our CPU. Keep that in mind. Then the utilization or usage are GPUs, which 1% will be minimum utilization on our GPU, which is SOC, and the higher possible we want to reach on our GPU utilization, the better. When any CPU, we want to kind of keep our CPU utilization as low as possible. We don't want to reach 100%, as you just saw a couple seconds ago. But when we're reaching 100% on the GPU utilization, is great, because we pretty much we're using all our CUDA cores throughout our GPU utilization, and we're receiving the maximum possible performance as we can with our GPU utilization and SLI capable system that we're running today. So guys, as you can see, we're above 90% on GPU 1 and GPU 2. So when we're reaching above 97% or 97% per GPU 1 and GPU 2, I call it excellent SLI scalability, and the performance will be 1.92 times faster versus the single RTX 2080 Ti video card, with the two RTX 2080 Ti video cards in SLI as we're running today right now during this video gameplay. Okay, so next goes the F. F stands for the frequencies on the CPU. As you can see, sometimes we're reaching 5,000 megahertz, and pretty much 70% during our gameplay we will be running at 5,000 megahertz. And why? Pretty much, I'm not sure why, but just because the source game engine of the Corsair Go utilizing our CPU as the best as it could in any game. This is the maximum possible CPU utilization that I saw in any games. After 1,000 games that I saw and I tested, the source game engine of the Corsair Go after the middle of 2018, utilizing when multi-core rendering is enabled, utilizing the CPU as the best as it could, and even can utilize 6-core CPU up to 100%. Even when you're running 8K resolution, this is incredible. So utilization of the source at 1080p 8-core CPU is required for you to fully receive the maximum FPS output, because it's probably going to utilize the 6-core 1080p like there is no tomorrow, and you're going to receive 90% almost constantly at 1080p all the time. So 5,000 megahertz, which is the 50 multiplier, so it's switching the states between the 52 multiplier of external frequency that is set in the BIOS to 50 multiplier, which is set for the AVX instruction in the BIOS. So somehow it's utilizing the AVX instruction, and I believe it's not only the source game engine, the Windows is also, the latest Windows 10 updates, heavily utilizing the AVX instructions, because I believe the AVX instructions is a little bit faster than external CPU instructions. I'm not sure what kind of AVX version it's utilizing, but it's utilizing it completely, guys, and it's great in terms of the CPU utilization, but it's not great if you don't have enough core. So at the 4-core CPUs, guys, when I'm going to run even 8K resolution, which is impossible, guys, I'm going to reach that maximum CPU utilization with 4 core and hyper trading, with the 4 core and hyper trading, I'm probably not going to reach the maximum CPU utilization, but with just 4 cores, not the 8 cores, sorry, but with just 4 cores, guys, I'm going to pretty much bottlenecking my FPS by just reaching constantly 100% of my CPU. So I'm not going to reach the maximum potential FPS because my system is going to bottleneck with 2 RTX 2080 Ti, guys. Keep that in mind. And the lower resolution, the higher CPU usage will be. So it's going to be suck, as you saw 100% couple seconds ago. So 6 core CPU without the hyper trading in Corsair Go is not a great idea, guys. If you're going to receive the maximum possible FPS, if you targeting the maximum possible FPS. Yes, even with the bottlenecking, guys, of that CPU usage, you still with RTX 2080 Ti, even at 4K resolution, you will be above 100 FPS with a single RTX 2080 Ti, even with the bottleneck. Yes, but if your target to reach the maximum possible FPS, then I advise you to get at least 8 core CPU, or get the CPU with 4 cores and 8 threads. Alright, then you will be good to go. So what else? The frequency on the GPU 1 and GPU 2, guys, as you can see at the stock, it's running 1950 by EVGA, but just because we thermal throttling right now, because we're reaching 88 Celsius, and it's still safe temperature for the GPU. It's still safe temperature. I know non-sayers that never own and never will own the RTX 2080 Ti will be panicking, but I'm telling you, 88 Celsius is still safe temperature for the GPU of NVIDIA, which is RTX 2080 Ti Turing. So we're good to go, but bias will be decreasing the frequency, so we're not going to go above it, and it's going to lower our frequencies from 1950 to 1845 to 1635, and sometimes even we're going to see 1590 megahertz on the GPU 1 or GPU 2 frequencies. And why is again? Because 88 Celsius is kind of hot, and bias decided to go ahead and lower the frequencies to keep the temperature above 89 Celsius and to still keep it under the safe conditions. All right. FR stands for the fan rotation, which is 100% fan rotation on video card 1 and video card 2, and CPU is not running on the air, it's running on the Corsair H150i Pro hybrid water cooling system, guys, which one of the best Corsair water cooling systems out there, and it's using 360 millimeter radiator, and it's using pumping the water to that radiator, and it's using 3 120 millimeter fans. It's running at 100% right now at the performance settings on the fan and on the pump, but it's running so quiet you're not gonna hear it, guys, even with 3 fans. But you're going to hear those video cards at 100%, and 2 video cards, RTX 2080 Ti EVGA XC Ultra versions, which is the cheapest possible RTX 2080 Ti by EVGA. At 100% fan rotation, guys, they're going to run as loud as single Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture with a single fan design. It's going to kind of be noisy, guys. So if you're sitting in a small room without the headphones, or if you have some people that's sitting with you, they're going to complain about the noise. Keep that in mind. So if you don't want to hear any noise, if you're running any SLI setup, guys, in 2018, 2019, even 2017 video cards, produced video cards, you want to have the first video card hybrid water cooled, guys. And GTX 1080 Ti has an excellent Gigabyte Extreme Water Force hybrid water cooled video cards for GTX 1080 Ti SLI. I had one, it was excellent. It will never reach above 75 Celsius. RTX 2080 Ti has the Gigabyte Extreme Water Force, excellent RTX 2080 Ti video card. It will never reach 75 Celsius even at 2050 megahertz or 2 gigahertz on the GPUs, guys, overclock, and will give you that additional FPS boost and additional increased overclock on the GPU without ever thermal throttling, guys. And it's going to be the best scenario in SLI. All what you need to have, the first video card hybrid water cooled on a water cooled, guys, loop, and the second video card can be on air, because the second video card will never reach 70 Celsius ever, even when they both on air under 100% stress. Keep that in mind. But just because in the SLI setup, the best performance when the two video cards are synchronized, and to be able to run them synchronized, as you can see, just because the first video card thermal throttle itself is going to downgrade the frequencies on the first and then the second video card, and you want to run them and synchronize frequencies to get the best possible without the lag and without the stuttering experience. Alright, and the con of the hybrid water cooling will be only one: the pump will go down on you guys after 3 years. This is guaranteed. No matter what kind of pumps you're using, Corsair or by Gigabyte, and that, you know, integrated into that water force, it will die on you after 3 years. But if you're buying a 2 GTX 1080 Ti or 2 RTX 2080 Ti and SLI, I pretty can assume that you're not gonna keep this setup over 3 years, that you have some cash to spend next time for the another SLI setups, and you're going to be in good way to go. But if you plan to keep that over 5 years, which is nice, which is plenty understandable, 2 RTX 2080 Ti guys will last you till 2023 year, when the PC gaming or console gaming will be dead. In 2023, PC gaming will be dead, guys, and Nvidia will be the company that will serve only the corporate clients. And I'm going to create a video. I'm pretty sure the copycats listening to me right now, they will probably use this information to kind of create first that video, but my video will explain to you guys why, as a PC enthusiast, PC overclocker since 1998, I think that PC gaming industry and console gaming industry will be dead in 2023. I will create that video over the iPlay 4K YouTube channel. Don't miss it. It's going to be available in about 1 month. First of all, I'm going to get the information for you, and I'm going to make that video professionally done. I'm going to edit the video. Right now, this video is not edited, guys. I'm recording in real time. I'm commenting in real time. I'm not cutting this video. I'm recording it with the ShadowPlay, by the way, as well, with the NVIDIA ShadowPlay technology. So without the ShadowPlay technology, guys, recording in real time on the same PC, you can add 4 FPS to the FPS counter. So just add 4 FPS at that FPS refreshing counter to get the FPS without the recording with the ShadowPlay in real time, so that the FPS you will get with a similar setup without the recording, by the way, as well. Alright, so that FPS over there, you can see that FPS, and then milliseconds. What this milliseconds is for? This milliseconds, guys, represents pretty much the delay, latency delay between the hardware, which is the video card processing through the GPU to the VRAM, and between them is API, which is the software, the DirectX 9 that is managing that processes, which is the software. So it's delay between the hardware and the software in milliseconds. And let me explain to you. You want to keep that milliseconds as low as possible. When FPS, you want to keep it as high as possible for the most comfortable, the best experience. But milliseconds and delay, you want to keep it as low as possible, because let me explain to you these scenarios. Below 10 milliseconds, there is no stuttering in SLI at all, no lag at all. When your milliseconds latency delay reaching 10/20 milliseconds, you still will have no lag, but you will have a little bit of stuttering in SLI. So you can tell that you're running a little bit of SLI when your latency delay is 10-20 milliseconds. When your latency delay 20-30 milliseconds, then you will feel that stuttering, okay? When your latency delay is 30 and above milliseconds, then the gameplay will not that comfortable as on a single video card. So the gameplay is not going to be that comfortable above 30 milliseconds with the SLI setup, and you will have some problems when aiming and stuff like that. Alright, guys? So pretty much I explained everything to you. So self-explanatory at the left top. So now you are aware of what's going on the left top. Let me real quick go ahead and, guys, switch it. You saw perfect, almost excellent SLI scalability at 8K and heavy CPU utilization at 8K 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch to 8192 pixels by 4320 pixels, which will be 8K resolution, not 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio, but a lot of TVs 8K resolution native will use this resolution. So we're going to go ahead and find out what's going on. Alright guys, this is the screenshot of this setup, by the way. It's looking amazing. 8192 by 4320, still maximum possible visuals, no anti-aliasing guys. As again guys, I'm commenting this in real time. English is not my first language, but don't forget to smash that like button, because I'm sharing a lot of valuable information with you today, a lot of experience, a lot of tips, so you'll know exactly what to do. There is no marketing BS, there is no copycats like all of those YouTubers that just doing some marketing information or just copycats each other. It's not about it. It's about the unique content. And by the way, this is the first, as again, 16K resolution gameplay video of Counter-Strike Go, so you just must to smash that like button guys. Look at that, we increased by 500 pixels more on our width, and we're using the same height, and by doing so we increased the utilization of our GPU and GPU1 and GPU2 by about 2-3%, but we're not still at excellent or amazing. Amazing, when it's amazing, I call amazing SLI scalability when the GPU1 and GPU2 utilization 99/100%. This is the amazing SLI scalability. That means that you 2 times on performance, 2 times FPS more than versus the single RTX 2080 Ti guys. And this is scenario pretty much for any SLI setups. When you're reaching 99/100% on GPU1 and GPU2, it means that you 2 times performance over the single similar video cards without the SLI performance. You 2 times with 2, which is excellent SLI scalability. As you can see guys, AMD is that. Company AMD when it comes to video cards is that. And I don't care, you know, I'm not fan of NVIDIA, I'm not fan of the AMD, I'm fan of the performance, I'm fan of the reality. Okay? In theory, AMD is still alive. In, you know, real time today, in real life, they're dead. They're dead. AMD will never reach 16K resolution, believe me, because they cannot reach 2 times performance in the Crossfire. They can't. Okay, the Crossfire suck. They don't have the similar to ShadowPlay technology. They can record only with 4-3 FPS delay. They can grab the frames from a frame buffer with that kind of speed. AMD pretty much using the software recording capabilities. And as the morose video capture developer, I was developing, this is how I started my channel, I was developing my own guys video recording, gameplay recorder and desktop recorder software, and that I find out guys that you will never reach performance similar to NVIDIA performance. And why? Because I believe that NVIDIA has the capability, hardware capability built in before the Maxwell GPU architecture video cards. They have hardware capability integrated into their video cards, that with that hardware capability integration and the software capability and the software they capable to capture up to 4K, up to even 8K resolution free, lag free, with the only 3-4 FPS delay. Price, not the delay, cost 3-4 FPS in most of the games. Unbelievable, no matter what resolution you're running, and you're capable to capture it at 4K and sometimes even 8K resolution. This is incredible guys. There is no software out there that will able to do so, and AMD is using the software capture. They will never able to produce the similar result as an NVIDIA ShadowPlay. So this is another tip for you. This is why NVIDIA is winning, okay? So anybody can have the professional video capture capability in their gameplay, and anybody can be a YouTuber with the professional video quality, when it's not the case with AMD. And AMD is not capable to show you 2 times performance, as I'm right now, 1.9 times at least. NVIDIA is not capable to produce 1.9 times in Crossfire, and I'm right now at least 1.8 times in a game such as Counter-Strike Go that has poor SLI scalability. Guys, I'm going to record a benchmark. I'm going to use the same demo file when I'm going to record another video of benchmark. It's just going to be a split screen, and it's going to be less stock, but it's going to be a split screen when I'm going to show you 4K, 5K, 7K, 8K, 16 divided by 9 8K, and regular 8K, 94D TV, and then 10K, 12K, and 16K resolution, when you're going to see all kind of FPS. And you're going to see that SLI scalability. At 4K, CSGO doesn't produce a great result, but above 4K, even at 5K, doesn't produce great result. But games that was released and using the updated game engines after 2017, they scaling. They have above 90% scalability per GPU 1, GPU 2, since the Maxwell's in 5K resolution, guys. This is not going to be the case with the Radeons. Never. That means that it's 1.9 times versus single versions without the SLI. This is incredible for two video cards. Incredible technology that you can. I can right now run 16K resolution with two RTX 2080 Ti, guys. By the way, this is the first video card, the Turing GPU architecture, the first video card that is capable to push through its pipelines 133 megapixels 16K resolution. The first video cards. Okay, Maxwell was crashing, even if it's not utilizing, as you can see, even at 16K it's going to utilize 6,000 megabytes, but it's not going to utilize 8,000 megabytes at 16K resolution in CSGO. Even when Maxwell had GPU architecture, Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture video cards had 12 gigabytes of VRAM, they were more than capable for SLI, for video cards and SLI, to run 10K and 12K resolution CSGO, but they weren't capable to run 16K because they were crashing. The Pascal GPU architecture, even GTX 1080 video cards, two of them in SLI, even in a laptop, I recorded video, MSI GT83 VR was capable to run 8K resolution in a laptop, guys. Unheard for AMD laptops at all. Was capable to run. I'm going to include, by the way, those videos for you in the end of this video to watch. It's going to be in the video description or on the screen. It depends what kind of device you're watching it. Just click and go ahead and study it for yourself, to analyze it for yourself. It's going to be a lot of great valuable information for you, just to see how the technology grows by NVIDIA. But anyways, the Pascal GPU architecture wasn't be able to run 16K resolution through its pipeline in CSGO. Maxwell GPU architecture and Pascal GPU architecture had no problem to run Source Game Engine in Half-Life 2, which was a little bit outdated Source Game Engine. But this newer Source Game Engine, which is updated Source Game Engine, the Maxwell's and Pascal GPU architecture was not capable to run at 16K resolution. Even with the Titan XPs, even with the Titan Maxwell's and 4-way SLI 4 video cards, with the 12 GB of VRAM frame buffer, that was more than enough to run it. The GPU wasn't capable to handle it. Especially on the Maxwell's, when the GPU delay, if you're gonna say, look, I was with the Maxwell 4-way Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture video cards and SLI, my GPU was 10 milliseconds at the 8K resolution or 10K resolution. If somebody will tell me that, I will say this is a nonsense, because 8K resolution on a 4-way Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture, delay was producing way below 15 milliseconds, no matter what game you were running. Way below 15 milliseconds, guys. Go ahead and check my Half-Life 2 Maxwell GPU architecture and 16K resolution and check the delay in milliseconds. Look how low latency delay, below 10 milliseconds at 8K resolution. Unbelievable, guys. And look at that high FPS. That delay in milliseconds reflecting on your gameplay experience, even with the high FPS. If you're going to have 100 FPS right now, right, with the Maxwells, you're probably going to have more than that with the Maxwells. 4-way Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture, guys, will be still faster than two RTX 2080 Ti Turing GPU architecture and SLI. This is a little sneak preview for you, but go ahead and watch that video in the end of this video to see by how much faster in 8K or 10K resolution. Okay, but it will generate so much latency delay, so it's not going to be that comfortable. You will still at 8K and 10K resolution with 4 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture. No matter what game you were running, guys, it was a little bit of stuttering, a little bit, but it was, because it was producing at least 15 milliseconds as the lowest, and above it, so pretty much average was 20 milliseconds. And 20 milliseconds, as I told you at the beginning of this video, you will still have that latency delay, and at the level when you will have some stuttering in SLI. Okay, a little bit, but you will have. When 30 milliseconds, it's a heavy stuttering and above. Okay, so Maxwell wasn't capable, and I believe the Maxwell GPU architecture, even if it can push the 16K textures, if you're going to study NVIDIA data, it was capable to push the data. Guys, let me real quick go ahead and switch now to 16K resolution. We're going to go ahead and have a look, and we're going to come back to our technical talk, technical experience. So 16K right now. Keep in mind, as again, the video of 10K, 8K, 12K is coming out for you, so you can compare it with the Maxwell's, Pascal's that previously I recorded. But 16K resolution, and we're going to come back on the delay and extreme resolution on Maxwell's and Pascal's. Something that copycats not gonna tell you, or those high school kids not gonna tell you. But I'm going to explain to you every reality and every honesty, every honest information, guys, during this. 16K resolution, 133 megapixel through the Turing pipelines, guys. Just 2 RTX 2080 Ti's. Everything maxed out, no anti-aliasing. With anti-aliasing, my VRAM overload before it's going to crash the game will be 13,000 megabytes or 13 gigabytes. And just because RTX 2080 Ti video cards has 11,000 megabytes maximum possible on a VRAM right here, right over here. So I'm not capable. Oh, look at that. It's in the menu, it's reached above 9,000 megabytes. So in the menu, it's reached above 9,000 megabytes. So you couldn't even run this at 16K, even if the Pascal GPU architecture capable of with the GTX 1080 video card. GTX 1080 Ti could, but GTX 1080 couldn't. But GTX 1080, guys, can run the CSGO in 12K resolution in SLI on a laptop, and FPS will be comfortable. But as again, guys, let's come back to Pascal, Maxwell GPU architecture and Turing GPU architecture when we are talking. Let me real quick go ahead and restart the demo for you. So remember, you saw the demo at 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio, 8K resolution, right? We're going to restart this demo, and now we're going to look at this 16K resolution. Let's go ahead and have a look. So guys, yeah, let's get back to latencies. Okay, latencies is also important. That's why I'm showing these latencies for you, because they're important. Not only the FPS, the higher possible FPS is important, but the lowest possible latency is important. And NVIDIA did a great job, amazing job, in the Turing GPU architecture by improving that latency delay as short as possible, as low as possible. And I believe it's due to the GDDR6 memory, because it's a faster memory when it comes in terms of the bandwidth. It can push more bandwidth through it. Yes, because it's running higher frequencies, and especially comparing to Pascal's, it's running 2 gigahertz extra by stock, and it can be overclocked, guys, to 16,000 megahertz. So it can be overclocked to on top of it to 2,000 megahertz, 2,000 megahertz extra overclock. Can you believe it? So it can reach 4,000 megahertz extra over the GDDR5X of the Pascal GPU architecture, or HBM2 on the Titan's XPs, but VRAM frequencies. But guys, here's the deal. Latencies is important, and latencies on Maxwell's at 8K resolution, most of the cases averages was 20 milliseconds, and even above sometimes. In some games was 15 milliseconds, but as again, averages was 20 and above. And that 20 milliseconds is not great when you are aiming at the game. Keep that in mind. If for those like excellence, but with the sense, it's not going to be great. Alright, so Maxwell's technically pipelines of that GPU wasn't, even if it was capable to push 16K resolution textures, but with the post-processing, all the effects, all the you know, instructions throughout the GPU and stuff like that, it wasn't possible to run 8K resolution at the excellent experience. The FPS was there, but milliseconds and latency delay wasn't. So experience wasn't that excellent. It was comfortable at some level, okay, 8K resolution. So it was playable, especially for a classic gamer that was playing, remember the Quake 2 times at 30 FPS and such like that. It was playable for them, but it wasn't playable for folks that looking for the excellence with the sense. Not for the folks that looking excellence without the sense. I'm talking about the folks excellence with the sense. It was playable, yes. Look at that, guys. 16K resolution. Look at the GPU utilization. 99% excellent GPU. 2 times performance right now versus single RTX 2080 Ti at 16K. But anyways, that Pascals was a little bit faster, but not that a lot. A little bit. I would say 1.2 times, 1.3 times faster in latency delay in milliseconds versus the Maxwell's. But Turing GPU architecture, guys, getting almost 2 times lower latency delay versus the Maxwell GPU architecture. And now Turing GPU architecture in most of the games, 99% of the games will be comfortable at 8K resolution. But when it comes to the Metro Exodus, guys, it's still not excellent there at 8K resolution, because the delay will be most of the cases staying around 18/20, and it's not going to be that comfortable. Not at the comfortable like excellent, okay? Like I'm running right now, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be a little bit slower than that, and you're going to feel it a little bit when you go to IE. You're going to feel that a little bit stuttering, okay? But still a great job. And in older games, it's going to be no problem for Turing. So Maxwell, Pascal, Turing, and even previous generation before the Maxwells, they all were capable on a 16K resolution maximum throughout the GPU pipeline for the textures. But they all was capable. But when you're going to put those post effects, delay between the callbacks throughout the VRAM back to the GPUs, throughout the delay processing and processing all of this instruction throughout the DirectX API and stuff like that, it was generating that latency that it wasn't comfortable, to the level that it wasn't comfortable on Maxwell at 8K resolution. Comfortable. It was runnable, but it wasn't comfortable. It was comfortable for people for 30 FPS, yes, because even at 60 FPS in experience, it was running like 30 FPS. Keep that in mind. Pascal kind of made it shorter, and Turing right now is so the next generation after the, but it's still not that comfortable yet, guys, even at 8K resolution. At Counter-Strike Go, it's comfortable at 16K. It's such a comfortable experience, guys. So Turing delivering 16K that wasn't possible on Pascals or Maxwells at all, even to run it, because GPU pipelines was crashing and it wasn't the VRAM issue. But Turing is capable, and it's in Counter-Strike Go, it's delivering, guys. It's delivering that excellent experience, delivering comfortable excellence, okay? Because look at this, below 10 milliseconds, sometimes 16, but as again, it's not staying that long, it's just comfortable. But as again, it's not going to be comfortable. In old school games, it's going to be comfortable at even at 16K resolution, but in the newer games, it's not going to be comfortable at 8K. So technically, Turing is not ready, even if it's comfortable. And processing 16K resolution for sure, not including the textures, but all kind of pipeline of the game engine of the old school games. DirectX 9 is going to be as low as possible latency delay, but it's not ready for newer games released in 2019, guys, for even 8K resolution to run it comfortable as it is right now. Is excellent comfortable. Okay, so next generation of the NVIDIA GPUs will be, guys, candy. It will be sweet chocolate candy by your grandma. You don't want to miss it. If you're staying right now on Pascals, if you don't have 8K resolution screen, stay on the Pascals. Okay? go ahead and wait end of 2018. Grab yourself, if you're staying with GTX 1080 Ti, grab yourself second GTX 1080 Ti as I predicted in 2018. In the end of 2018, beginning 2020, grab yourself a second GTX 1080 Ti for about 400 bucks. It's going to cost on eBay like new used, like new 490 bucks. Go ahead and grab it and run it till the next generation after the Turing. That generation will be like eye candy, chocolate candy by grandma. Okay? And that generation will be almost the last generation before the PC gaming will die. Sorry guys, I'm losing my voice. Because in 2023 PC gaming will be dead, as well as console gaming will be dead. As again, I'm going to record this video guys over the iPlay 4K, where I'm going to explain to you as the professional PC enthusiast, PC overclocker and PC gamer as well, why I'm thinking so. I'm going to show you exact facts and you will agree with me. But this video will be, I know copycats listening to this and they will probably copy me. This video will be available in about 1 month. And I will underline with the facts when you will see that 2023 will be the last time when NVIDIA will produce the PC gaming cards for the masses. And then NVIDIA will switch to a corporate business completely, 100%. AMD will be dead in 2023 for the games. It will be dead. Because the console will be dead, the PC gaming will be dead, and we will be moving to the mobile. And I will explain to you why. But as again, let's get back to the game guys. 100% GPU utilization, excellent. As the owner of Ferrari or Lamborghini or Toyota IR, the guy that never drive a Ferrari will tell you guys. But yeah, look at that. Even now at 16K resolution, we're not utilizing even 50% of our, no, look at this, sometimes 80, but at 16K, we still can be good to go with 6-core CPU, guys. We'll never reach 100%, as you can, but sometimes 92. So Counter-Strike Go, guys, is heavily using your CPU. That gives this game engine, especially after the, sorry about that, after the update in 2018, middle of 2019, it's utilizing that CPU. So you want to have 4-core with hyper threading or 8 cores. And this is during my benchmark, another video of Counter-Strike Go all UHD resolutions. I'm going to disable hyper threading. I'm going to create 5, or probably I'm going to use 16 cores, 16 hyper threading instructions, and I'm going to use capability, and I'm going to use 8 cores. Like I'm going to use the full i9-9900K during my benchmark. So that's why you just saw right now. This is guys pretty much the capability that you can achieve with the Core i5-9600K. Okay, so you don't need to buy, because in any other games you will never utilize even 60% of your CPU with the Core i5-9600K, guys, at 4K resolution and above. So at 4K resolution and above, Core i5 8th generation or Core i5 9th generation will be good to go, and Core i5 9th generation, which is Core i5-9600K, is reachable above 5 GHz, guys, frequencies. So you can save your money, invest your money towards MSI godlike motherboard, as I told you, and you can run 2 video cards on air if you're planning to run them over 5 years, with the slot between them, so they're not going to breathe the fire. And you will never thermal throttle your video cards on stock frequencies, guys. Okay, get yourself this cheapest EVGA RTX 2080 Ti XC Ultra, or get yourself triple fan video cards, even better. Get yourself MSI godlike motherboard or a Gigabyte Aorus Extreme motherboard. So you're going to have a slot between them. They will never reach thermal throttling. Plus, maybe you can run without thermal throttling 2000 MHz on the GPU overclock instead of 1950. And instead of thermal throttling, which is even not utilizing 1950 right now, as you can see. And you're going to reach 5-7 FPS higher than I'm reaching right now. Similar setup with the Core i5-9600K. And get yourself cheapest possible DDR4. When JNC Corsair cheapest possible, as I'm running today, 21, 33, 32 gigabytes. 400 bucks, and invest that money from the DDR4 saving and from the CPU saving towards the H150i Pro Corsair water cooler and towards the motherboard, MSI Godlike or Gigabyte IRS Extreme. You're going to be good to go, guys, for the Z390 chipset. Good to go. You even can buy the cheaper CPU. You can buy the Core i5 8600K that is capable of 5 GHz reaching, guys, stable. Go ahead and grab that instead of. And keep in mind that today I'm running liquid metal thermal grizzly as well. That's why with the regular thermal compound by Corsair, your temperature will reach, guys, it will reach about 3-5 Celsius higher. Keep that in mind. Alright, guys, you saw the performance. The performance was above 60 FPS. Without recording, it's going to be at least 80 FPS average. Delay was at 16K. Delay was below 15 milliseconds average. It's so comfortable. 16K, like the old school games that I'm going to record, guys, over the iPlay 4K. There is more videos. 16K resolution of the old school games is coming out to iPlay 4K YouTube channel. As I was first YouTuber that recorded 60K gameplay on YouTube, I'm going to be the first YouTuber in 2019 that's going to show you the most gameplays of 16Ks, almost all the classic games, 16K resolution games on YouTube as well. Stay tuned for that. It's coming out. Smash that like button, subscribe, guys. A lot of time, money, energy was invested just to show you. As you see, I'm providing valuable tips, valuable experience without the marketing BS, without the nonsense of the copycats. This is the unique content, guys. I'm the first one on YouTube. Not only I play 4K, AK, I play AK. Call me Uncle, I play 16K. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to go ahead and close it up. You saw, let me real quick go ahead and show it to you again. You saw that crazy 16K resolution, okay? With the Titan RTX and SLI, there is a possibility that you can still run it with the anti-aliasing, but anti-aliasing was off, and when my anti-aliasing 4 times MSAA, before crashing the game, I'm seeing about 13,000 megabytes on the VRAM usage, so keep that in mind. So Titan RTX possibility can run with the MSAA anti-aliasing, but you're going to find out. I'm going to show it to you as well after we're going to study the Turing GPU architecture, the RTX 2080 Ti and SLI, because this kind of scenario, this kind of setup is the best gaming setup for 2019, no matter what, guys. Alright, let me go ahead and close it up. I probably was screaming, I probably was losing my voice, it was probably squeaking, I'm apologizing about it. I was recording in real time, I recorded so many videos for you guys. You're losing your voice, guys, when you're recording too much. And, you know, I'm trying to do my best. So as again, don't forget to hit that like button. As again, 52 multiplier for external frequency, which is 5200 megahertz. 50 multiplier for AVX instructions. Somehow Windows using, with the newer Windows 10 updates, a lot of AVX instructions, as well as it's using AVX instructions now in the game. I believe this is how Windows dependency, including DirectX 9 API, is kind of utilizing right now. The games as well, and it's not up to the game engine. I believe it's up to the Intel and up to the Windows classes, how they utilizing the CPU utilization throughout the Windows operating system. 6 cores, 6 threads, 2 cores was disabled, as I told you, and hyper-threading technology was disabled in the BIOS. The BIOS was, CAS was running stock. The BIOS was Asus ROG Maximus 11 Hero Model Y5 Z390 motherboard, which is not the best in terms of long time gaming and long time heavy safe home environment overclocking. If you're looking for something like that, make sure to grab yourself, as again, MSI Godlike. Get yourself cheaper CPU, cheaper RAM, but Godlike motherboard. You're gonna run it so cool. 18 faces on the CPU, much cooler, and the CPU temperature as well. Or Gigabyte Asus Extreme motherboard. Okay, and video card is going to run much cooler than that. You can also replace the thermal compound on your video cards with the thermal grizzly liquid metal, and you're going to also get the temperature about 3-4 4 Celsius lower than that. Maybe you will be able, even on an Asus Maximus 11 here with the liquid thermal compound, to bring the temperature without the thermal throttling running at stock. There is a possibility. Memory as cheap as possible. As you can see, 1066 MHz times 2 because of DDR4. 2133 MHz CL13, the cheapest possible when Gen Z running stock. This is how they, by XMP profile, same thing. 2 RTX 2080 Ti EVGA XC Ultras, the cheapest dual fan and air video cards by EVGA. And this is the 5.2 GHz core. As you can see, 10 points less on a single thread and about 50 points less on the multi-thread performance. Still the fastest, guys, ever points in the under the version 17.01.64 of the benchmark of the CPU Z. There is nothing can match that, and will be ever match that, even in the end of 2019. Newer Intel generation CPUs could match this core running at stock. Keep that in mind. The top flagships. So this is the best CPU not only for games, guys. This is the best CPU for video editing and 3D rendering as well. And I'm not advising you to go ahead and grab yourself i9 9900K. Even if you do video encoding, maximum you do 2 videos per day, you're going to be good to go, guys, with i5 9600K, alright? And this is how high it was running. It was running through the Intel Extreme Tuning utility. 94 Celsius with a 74 Fahrenheit in room temperature. I decided to go ahead and increase my heat. So during the summer it's probably going to reach 98 even temperature. Keep that in mind. There is a possibility that it's going to reach 98 Celsius if you're not going to run the air condition, if your temperature will be like in the room 82 or 84 Fahrenheit. But it was running completely stable, and in the prime it was never reaching even 90 Celsius, prime 95, okay? Intel Extreme Tuning Utility is the best software that's going to test your CPU on the highest temperatures. Keep that in mind, because Intel know how to set their CPU with all kind of instructions. They're using MVX instructions, they're using all kind of MMX instructions, all kind of instructions during this benchmark. And during this stress, I never reached that temperature, but during the Intel Extreme Utility benchmark I'm reaching that, and this is the maximum temperature that I'm reaching. I never saw the higher temperature than that in any other test. It was at least 4 Celsius cooler than that, or at least 6 Celsius cooler than that, even in prime 95 100%. So prime 95 is not the key to get your maximum temperatures now. This is the key right here, Extreme Tuning Utility. Alright, guys? So you saw everything what you need to see right now, putting some crazy videos for you to look. Don't forget, iPlay4K.com YouTube channel will have a lot of 16K resolution videos since now. And iPlay4K, aka iPlay AK, your uncle, iPlay16K, was the first that released 16K gameplay videos on YouTube back in April, May 2016. Not like November 2016 by Alanis that claiming that he was first. I am the first. I am the first. Remember that, guys. Smash that like button, subscribe, positive comments, and I will see you till the next time. Peace!